What's going on, everyone? Your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up. It is day 10 of our Christmas Marathon movie special review. Still really don't have a title for it, just winging it every new review. But I hope everyone's doing good. It's time to talk about another version of the classic A Christmas Carol from Charles Dickens. We are on to an animated version of it today. In fact, it's the Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. For those not familiar with Mr. Magoo, he is an animated character, basically a movie star, and has poor vision, but puts in the work for good things. And that's all I really got, because the funny thing is, I actually don't watch any other Mr. Magoo except the Christmas special. Just something, again, I saw when I was a kid, and enjoy enough to watch it every year, or at least every 2 years. So, Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. What's different from the original in this one? Well, it's definitely more child-themed, obviously, being a kid's Christmas Carol. So, there's a lot less focus on some of the more heartbreaking things going on with Ebenezer Scrooge's life in the story. For example, no mention of Scrooge's family in this movie, and there's no nephew. And there was another thing. Shoot, I forget. There was another crucial difference, but we're going to get to it. But yeah, no mentioning of family whatsoever for Scrooge as a whole. It's definitely more themed around the Cratchit family. He spends Christmas with them at the end, too. And the ghosts, for one thing, Marley, I think for a cartoon, they do a good job setting the mood with Marley. So I'll give them credit when it comes to that. The ghosts are actually in a different order this time for visitations. The first ghost that comes is the ghost of Christmas Present. And I find that very particular because the placement really works for the time story, because with the ghost of Christmas Present, well, he's not going to show anything related to anything of his past because we haven't seen it yet. So all the ghost of Christmas Present shows him is just how Bob Cratchit's family looks outside of Scrooge's little knowledge of them outside of the workplace. Then, jumping right into the Ghost of Christmas Past, instead of a man from the original classic from 1951, or even a woman, or so much as a little girl that I think the stereotype falls upon now, I guess it could be a little girl. I've actually never figured this out. It's a child. The Ghost of Christmas Past is represented by a child this time. Is it a girl or a boy? I don't know. I'll be honest, I have trouble figuring it out. I guess the laugh makes me think it's a little girl, but I could be wrong. Either way, the ghost does show him what he looked like, I guess, in the orphanage or the school as a little boy. Small mention of he wishes he had a family, but nothing much else shown. Then Fezziwigs. He's working. I do like one thing that this cartoon does put forth, though. He has a friend that he works with. I wish more of the classics would have been themed around that, because what I would have liked to see is he has a friend he's working with, but when he changes his ways towards money, we see him not only betray his old place of business, like it is shown in the 1951 movie, but also betray any friendship he has with any old coworker. I wish that is something that was shown in a special, and probably is, just I have not seen it yet. Nothing mainstream, anyway. So we go to Fezziwigs. They do show Belle, and yes, it is his once upon a time love interest is named Belle for this special. They're dancing, and then the breakup, obviously. One thing I'll give credit to this, besides some very corny music, there's actually some good original music in this. I like the song they show off that the young Scrooge sings in the school, which eventually the old Scrooge, aka Magoo, sings when he's left in the graveyard at one point. And I like the song they have for Belle. I don't know who sings it, but it's a beautiful song. As I said, some good original music in it. Then we jump into the Ghost of Christmas Future, and it's as stereotypical as it gets. It's a hooded figure, except this time it's just full bony arms. We take a look at the possessions stolen from Scrooge after he died, taken to the junk shop to be sold off. There's a big sing and dance there. And I guess another difference from the 1951 movie, Scrooge did have a housekeeper. In this case, there's no one shown where Scrooge lives at all. So it's just his stuff being sold, singing, moving on. Tiny Tim's dead, moving on. The graveyard, he figures out that he's the one who's been dead this whole time since the ghost of Christmas Future's taken over things. Then finally wakes up, and it's, again, as stereotypical as it gets. He wakes up, he's a changed man, sends the turkey over to Cratchit's house, pays off the people who were looking for donations at the beginning of the movie. And I guess that's one thing I never thought about until watching this year. I don't recall in the 1951 movie Scrooge actually going to make a donation. I could be wrong. Am I forgetting that? I don't remember that Scrooge doing that. Whereas in the Magoo special and many other ones I've seen, they do show Ebenezer Scrooge making up for his amends and paying for donations to the poorhouses, charities, etc. And besides that, yeah, he buys the turkey, sends it over to Cratchit's, goes and celebrates with them, another sing and dance, and that's really it. It's way more stereotypical, but again, it's supposed to be kid-themed. I can't go into too much other differences that either bother me or don't make sense because it's made for kids. It's made for kids. That's the bottom line with this one. A few cheesy jokes now and then that the adult in me likes to think about with old cartoons like this. Nothing bad, just funny when you think about it twice. But yeah, that's going to do it for Mr. Magoo's Christmas special. If you want to show your kids A Christmas Carol for the first time, I would start with the Muppets Christmas Carol, but this one's not bad. It's a bit shorter. Its running time is a little under an hour, I'm pretty sure. About 50-some minutes. But bottom line, Magoo's is not bad. Just don't expect anything new. And it's shorter. That's all you got. That's it. Thanks all so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. I will be back for another review today, hopefully. And this is going to be interesting for the next one I'm doing. If it's not going to be today, it's going to be up tomorrow. I plan to be watching a Christmas movie I've never seen before. I personally don't consider it a Christmas movie, but that's also because I've never seen it. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you all later. Again, shoot me your favorite Christmas stuff if I haven't gotten to it by now. Good Lord, I got to get to it sometime. See you guys later. Have a great day. Keep it real.